Welcome to Style Class Wednesdays. Sarah and I went like this, Sarah and I.
It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, so that
I'm Katura.
sets the pace for how we're feeling. Let's go. Amy is on her way back, so she will not be with us today. She was actually in LA this weekend, which we'll talk about next week.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
All right.
Let's get into it. Today, we are excited to talk you guys through how we're going to use our spring fundamentals to really pick and choose those like key have-to-have pieces that we, by we mean like Katura, myself, Amy, Tracy, really look for, whether that's throughout the season or just, over the past few years when we see something that we really, really love and, that costs some money, that we're like, how are we going to justify this purpose?
Yeah.
And truthfully, it's not just within the new Spring Fundamentals collection, but I think within fundamentals in general that really guides those decisions.
Mm-hmm. But doesn't it overlap for you, like when you're shopping in general, right? Yes, we work at Tibby, but in general, we want our purchases to make sense.
Totally.
Otherwise, sometimes they feel like illogical and unsensical because you really, really want it and you find a way to make it work.
Totally.
But this will help you.
Totally. I've definitely fallen prey to that instant gratification that you get for like the 20 minutes after you buy something like on the real and you're like, great, that was such a steal. And then it sits in your closet and you're like, okay, even though that was maybe like $200 for some crazy top, you're like, well, that was $200 I could have used elsewhere, not just in my closet, but like in my life.
Right.
And so I think I can speak for all of us when I say we definitely have those purchases. And ever since I've started working at Tibby, and really even before, I've really looked at trying to be more purposeful and intentional when buying. Do you want to?
Yes, pragmatism is the name of the game, and people DM all the time and say they bought stuff from Tibby, and they're like, I bought this thing, but I don't know how to work it.
Right.
Amy gave me ideas, you guys gave us ideas, so if this applies to you, that it's not this high-end product, that it's just Tibby or any, I think from down the line, if you buy things and you're not wearing them, we need to find a way to help that. So, fundamentals. I have on the Fundamentals tuxedo top, and actually I wore it last week in a extra large, and I wanted to show you what it looks like if I were wearing a large. So this has, similar to the Gabe fit, it's oversized, but what you can see at the back is that I can take a large and I can button it easy, but I think extra large would be my preferred fit for the ease that Tracy and Amy intend. I'm wearing this back to a pant. I struggle sometimes with lighter pants on the bottom.
Okay.
I don't know if this is something for you because it's like, what do you do on top? You can't just do any random color on top.
Right.
It's brown, but it's not brown. It's tan, but it's not tan. Then you have an addition of a stripe, which I don't want to be all like, what's those things called? The pajama and pajamas. I don't know. The people that wear the matchy.
Oh, the matching set, like. Did you say bananas?
He said bananas and pajamas. There's a name for it. I can't think of it. I'm sure they're gonna drop it in the chat. So I don't want to coordinate, but I want to feel like myself. So pairing it back to a non-traditional denim shirt, I feel good about the track pant, and it's chill, it's modern, and it's classic for me because this is athletic. It's like streetwear. These are Bottega, and these are spring shoes that are coming soon and now aren't live yet, but you can look at them on the site.
Totally. And I think, what's interesting is that I feel like, and maybe you feel this way too, like Tibby, over the past, few years, but at least definitely over the past few weeks as we've been really diving into some future collections. Amy and I have been talking a lot about how sport is really like our identifier that we really think separates us from, others in the market, some competitors, and just, I think, all around. And so I think it's so funny that you gravitate towards something with a stripe. Right. Because I think it's just like ingrained in kind of like your overall DNA of like how you get dressed.
Right, totally. It's funny, hello. I had another sneaker here. I wear a lot of sneakers and I could easily put on a sneaker with this, but I thought I kind of want to play into the friction of wearing not only a red shoe with this, which would be my one, but also something that's a little bit more dressy that would amplify it. And I like that we have this through line because I don't write movies, but I think if we were in the same scene, this would be our connector and it would show someone that we're
like that.
I think Amy G would probably like tell me if I'm right or wrong, but that we're like related or some type of thing.
Totally. There's definitely a through line here.
Yeah.
So talk to me about the sneaker versus like the red satin shoe, and I kind of feel like the red shoe in this scenario is a little bit of an antonym, but like I would equally love this with the sneaker, and then I feel like the denim top with kind of like this bib is
Yep.
a little bit more romantic in that scenario.
Totally. So if I were to put the sneaker on with a track pant, I would crave something a little bit more polished on the top. So I'd probably swap out and put on a Liam blazer or even a vest, just to give that friction on the opposite side of the.
So when you were buying these pants,
Yeah.
and you know, you were debating and kind of thinking, going through your wardrobe, how are you going to wear these? You know, not just for work, but like your life. Like
Yeah.
you've got a young daughter, you've got a whole separate like weekend agenda.
Yeah.
So when you kind of go through and whether you brought something to the store to try it on, or like when you kind of like go through your mind, what pieces do you really think about? Like what are your kind of like go-to fundamentals that you're like, okay, well I have this denim
Totally.
shirt, but like within
Yes.
overall, it doesn't need to just be spring, because as you guys know, fundamentals are those pieces that really have stood the test of time. Some of them have gone through kind of this matriculation through our mainline collections.
Yep.
Others of them are just new colorways or slight different iterations, and then they kind of speed right on through to the fundamentals collection. But I'm kind of, when I'm shopping, in the back of my mind, really think of those core pieces. Oh, and she's like, let me, I don't need to tell you, let me just show you.
I was gonna get a sweatshirt, right? But I feel like, I mean, we know that sweatshirt is tried and true. We know that it has slits. We've been there and we have it, and if we don't, we can get it on sale. Just to speak to some of the new fundamentals that are, I mean, I've worn this is my third time wearing it on live, so clearly when you see me in it, you know I love it, like in IRL, and this is like, you know.
I feel like that's also the test. It's like if we wear something multiple times, like it's definitely, we're truly owning it in that scenario.
And this, I mean, I feel like the black here is a little too stark. A little ASMR for you. But I mean, in navy, I would wear this probably with a sneaker, and then I would feel a little bit balanced.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, as Amy can definitely tell you guys, and I'm sure those of you that have watched me on live for the past like 2.5 years now definitely know that I am one for like a big fashion push, creatively pushed piece. And I really, when I'm shopping for those like have to haves and things that I'm really considering purchasing, I definitely, I really want to make sure that it's something that's not just going to work for like one outfit or one look. I want to be able to wear them in multiple ways. And, Amy gave a really great example of this like lingerie inspired Margiela romper, which is super cute. It's like sheer lilac. And she was like, well, I can definitely really appreciate this, but I don't really think it's so pragmatic for my life. And I was like, that kind of really is the defining line. Like, I can love something, but like, like if you love something, you gotta let it go if it doesn't work for you. And so, going back to kind of like those impulse purchases that I'm like, I loved so much, and then I don't wear, and I'm like, wow, I can't return it now. Those are gentle reminders that like you need to just like kind of pace yourself, think a little bit, and really use these tools, use fundamentals to kind of guide you through your purchases. So I'm wearing, speaking of sport, I'm wearing a red Prada skirt. It's like a knit material. It's got little shorts. As you guys, most of you know, red is like a neutral color for me, so I actually really didn't like.
Red is my neutral. Red
is my neutral. So I actually really didn't think twice on this. However, I'm a big fan of kind of toning down. Yeah, I say tone down. I'm like wearing it with a red tight and a red. Sorry, these are clearly not my size, but the red Harper sandal. And I really do love like this long and lean red line, and then. When I bought these, they were kind of a style that I had seen on the runway a few seasons ago from Prada, and I had been looking high and low for them, and, I found them, the price was right, but like, regardless of the price, I really want to make sure that there's something I'm going to wear, because like, okay, it's one thing to like look at them, but clothes are meant to be worn. I firmly stand behind that. Like, if I'm buying something, it's because I truly believe that it's gonna make me feel good and it's gonna make me feel confident. And so, especially with something that's really bold like this, I think of like, okay, well, how can I wear it 12 months of the year?
Yeah.
Which
so you're
is
wearing
like,
with tights
so I'm
right
wearing
now,
with
right?
tights
You're wearing
right
a
now.
skirt in the
It's
middle
a
of winter
skirt.
with tights, but it's like a skirt.
Yes, exactly. And I think that's
it
is like a skirt. It is a skirt with shorts for everyone. No, but seriously, I really think the first thing that I think about when I'm shopping is how can I wear this? How many months of the year can I wear this in? And wear this in comfortably, not like layer one thing underneath and then like be like, oh well, I'll wear it that way for 4 months.
Yeah.
Because I absolutely won't.
How will you wear this in the spring?
Oh, I will wear this sans tights.
Sans tights.
I'll wear this in spring sans tights, probably with. Can you grab the gray pumice T-shirt? So speaking of like,
It's kind of the same. It's creating the same look you have right now,
Yes.
but like with the T-shirt.
but with a T-shirt and like a ring 3 color. So I would really just wear this, probably with a white sneaker.
Mhm.
I'm a really big fan of the Borg ballet boots, which are
Red
lunch-
on red, or would you do an alternate?
I would totally
color?
do red on red, and I know for all the people that are gonna be like, isn't that a skin sandwich? It's not, because it's a lot of leg. It's not just like a sliver. Bite me on it. But I really do love these shoes. They're coming out, I believe.
They're on the site is coming soon, I believe, so they're coming very soon.
Very-
So when that happens, just know they are truly coming soon.
They're coming soon.
Yeah.
But I would wear them with a T-shirt. I would wear them with like honestly like a Hanes sweatshirt, like a little kid's sweatshirt. I would wear them with the white. I
was gonna say
I wanted
dark
to-
hazel.
I would totally wear it with the
Yeah.
dark hazel, actually. What I really wanted was to wear this with this, but honestly, this top has been out of our office since the beginning of the season. Like, we can't keep it here because everyone wants to borrow it.
Mine is on the way. My personal one is on the way, and I'm
Exactly.
gonna live in it, so I feel like I probably need to.
Yes, so I also really do like the dark hazel with this. So I could totally wear. I'm very Christmas.
Not mad at this. No,
I'm not. Yeah, but I'm not mad at it.
You are.
I
Christmas.
am.
You've
I
been
know.
more Christmas than this before. Let's be real. Let's call it
But
what it is.
Catherine, can I actually grab both of those T-shirts?
I really liked seeing you with that red on the bottom because that's a testament to the red skirt we have from Resort.
Yeah.
That would really be a beautiful attribute. Like
Really, and
right
the
on
red, and we have that. So if you guys loved our pull-on skirt that we've had previously, we have it in red for fundamentals. It's like, I think are you gonna put it on?
Yeah, I will. Actually, I'll do it now.
Tara's gonna go put it on. And it's kind of like our one uber bright color for fundamentals. And if you looked at our spring runway show, which I hope you did, you saw that really red was kind of a big, bold color that we used as a styling tool through the show. So I think it's very fitting that fundamentals is providing you with a ready-to-wear piece. But right for spring, I would wear it with any of our wonderful mock neck tees in the new ring 3 colors. The one I'm holding up in front of me is in gray pumice. It is kind of this like mint green gray-ish color. Again, as you guys know, ring 3 really picks up on the undertones, so that's why we kind of call them the no color colors. So I definitely would wear this tucked in to what I'm wearing, maybe with the red McHale flat or a silver McHale flat, or I really like this light blue color. What is this exact colorway for the crowd? We're gonna check, but this is a very, very light ice blue. We show it on the website right now with a spring mainline skirt that is a pleated tricotine kind of navy skirt. But I also like it here, really picking up with the red. So that's really how I'm wearing it in the spring. But for right now, I love the washable cashmere cardigan and king set. Oh, here she is. And I just tucked it in to kind of show
Oh my gosh,
waistband.
like Bopsy twins.
Yeah, literally. To show the waistband a little bit.
Here, to be more boxy.
But when I am shopping, I, again, typically look for, can I wear it for 12 months out of the year, if not 12? What's kind of the maximum there while still feeling comfortable and true to myself? And then I really look at my fundamentals. I typically stick to gray and navy and brown across the board in terms of fundamentals. And I have a lot of different variations of gray knitwear and navy knitwear. And for me,
I can wear navy a lot.
I do,
like
yeah.
in a good way. Like I can, when you said it, I was like, I can see you in the navy.
Totally. And so I think of like really the key pieces, fundamentals wise, that I've invested in or that I know are coming and that are gonna be in my closet that I'm just gonna rely on day in and day out, that I'm gonna, you know, reach for, that I know this is washable, but like when I say that I'm just always gonna be wearing it, so I'm never actually gonna wash it.
Yeah.
Those are the pieces I think about, and I, you know, when I'm contemplating, I'm like, okay, so how am I gonna wear it 12 months out of the year? What can I layer with it? And then I really think about, like, do I have the pieces currently that justify this purchase? And that I think is really key.
That's a good one. I feel like that could be the thing we pin down, because even for me with the red skirt, I was like, do I have the pieces currently that will justify this purchase, right?
Totally.
If everything is colorful in my closet, what is going to be that next add-in? And like, I held this here, so navy might feel a little bit too strong. This is soft enough. It's similar to that that medium heather gray or that light heather gray we had, but like softer, slightly softer.
And then I think about, you know, so Katura just mentioned like the real neutrals, and then I think about, again, like I just showed you guys, those really bring 3 colors, and the ones that I have, or again, the ones that I know are coming soon, like this one.
Yeah.
And, you know, how much life and how much wear I'm gonna get. And those are really my like 3 main ways of looking at purchases. And again, like Katura mentioned earlier, it doesn't need to be like a big spend, but again, you want to make sure whatever you're buying, you're going to wear.
Yeah, this is true. I want to be a cardigan girly, and I feel
I think you can be.
I can be. I think I stray away from cardigans.
You kind of went like.
I know. I was like, I can't. It's too much. It's too much. But cardigans give me like. For me, I grew up in a church, right? It's the same vibe. Like, I'm talking about the same thing. So I usually lean into the t-shirts because it gives me more of a streetwear feeling.
That is extremely valid.
Without me even doing it. Because I'm like, I'm craving it for you. So the way I wear cardigans are as a shirt, how you do it. I'm usually not going to wear it open, but with this new neckline, I want to give you all the décolleté in the spring. But for me, cardigans are just another shirt with a new kind of detail on the front with a new neckline.
And I think that's really interesting because I'm wearing it like a shirt right now, and I typically wear my cardigans tucked in. But it's funny that you said, you know, cardigans kind of remind you of like church and like that part of,
or the librarians in my neighborhood,
which feels a little stuffy. I think because I typically, when I am going for something that's like a have to have or something I'm really thinking about, that they typically are a little bit like out there. I definitely lean more experimental and creative. So for me, I think my fundamentals are definitely not conservative, but just like really, and obviously they're still chill and modern, but they definitely lean a bit more like obviously classic, but I think more of like have like a heritage, all American vibe.
No doubt, no diggity, no doubt. That really, really is who you are. But with the twist, right? Because I can put you on any country club in America, and you will stand out in the best way because you will not fit into any Americana vibe that they have. You're gonna amplify it.
Totally, and I think, you know, I always feel like that's what's so interesting, especially when we talk about, you know, cardigans or knitwear. I think Amy kind of stays away from like a cable knit just based on like where she lives. And whereas I'm like, I love a cable
give it
knit
to me.
because I'm wearing something that really is just such the antonym to that.
You popped my collar once. I was like, put that collar down.
You're like,
I was like, it's giving Westchester, and I don't want it. I love you, but no.
Yeah, true.
But if I were in Lower East Side, I'd pop it. I do all the things. I probably have like a bucket hat on with it. So I was thinking about a lot of things just now when you were talking, but I was also listening.
All right, I'm gonna change.
Okay, I'll stand here and talk about the things that I was talking about. It's like seeing a version of myself kind of just walk away.
Right?
Bye, girl. I was thinking about how most of my have-to-haves have historically been one-piece items. I love a good dress, so I was buying a lot of printed dresses. I was buying a lot of vintage dresses. Like First Dibs had some like beautiful dress, and it was like a caftan, but I really can't add other pieces into that. So if you're someone that craves color, that craves print maybe, and like red might be out of your wheelhouse, this is a nice place for you to get something that's like new, but you can like lift up or take down. This is like a ton for many, but I think this is kind of fresh just to throw this on. This is like a wonderful way to wear color if you're a colorful person. Nice. I also want to show you the sweater I have. So I crave color, but I put the sweater on with the skirt and it was too much for me. And it's nice to kind of have those moments where we evaluate ourselves in our like personal fitting room and say, this is not going to be the vibe I want to give. So let me show you one of my have-to-haves with this cardigan. This will really show you my former life. Everything that I wanted was colorful, bright, and I wanted to throw this on with the red skirt. I'm craving more of the loaded or the dark taupe color. I said loden, we don't have a loden right now. What's our green called?
Hazel green.
Hazel. Well, we have hazel, we have dark hazel,
Wait,
and we have dark taupe. Yeah, that's what I was
hazel,
like.
dark taupe.
Yeah, so we have dark hazel and we have dark taupe. Dark hazel is our suiting and tropical wool, and our dark taupe is our nylon that we have to it. So you can see here something, but I feel grounded in the skirt, but now the cardigan is still giving me a little bit of length, so I want a little bit of skin. So I'm gonna take these off. And if you haven't seen these, I mean, you've seen these up close, but like, what a beautiful, I almost called it darling. I didn't know how else to like describe it. Very special, sweet in the best way, but I wanna wear it in a non-sweet way. So the skirt makes me feel very sweet. Okay, we're getting closer to what I'm craving. I always try these like tricks. I don't know why I do that to myself. Did you see that? It was like, superstar. Okay, so now I have a little bit more skin, and I might just roll, this is the extra large, and so I can just roll the skirt like this and get a little bit shorter, but still, cardigan, no. I wanna put on a different blazer, let's see. You know what I like to put on here? The slip skirt. Can you hand me the black slip skirt? So, in resort, you've seen, I've worn this one plenty of times in red for resort. I love them all. I'm gonna put this one on the bottom and see if this gives me a little bit more friction, because I like that this is a little bit sexier and kind of like slinkier. It's not, can you see, it's not see-through. So for those that have asked, this is not lined, which is a great thing, but it is not see-through. I do need that. So this with the skirt also lets this be the star and kind of gives me, yeah. Now I'm craving a new shoe, so I'm gonna throw this skirt on. Thank you. And I'm gonna explain to you some of our pull-ons. So this pull-on, this is my size, which is extra large. So the elastic here has a bit of give, and it's gonna expand on your waist. So it's gonna sit, it's intended to sit a little bit lower. If you get it smaller, it's just gonna sit slightly higher. The waist and the hip measurement are similar, but it's gathered in just like this skirt. So this one, if you get a smaller one, it's just gonna sit slightly higher. And there, this one has more ruching or more shearing per se. I like this tuck in. I'm gonna swap and put this skirt on. Ooh, ooh la la. It's Pharrell's world. We just live in it. I know that's not Pharrell, but
I know,
but now.
But now I'm really living in. Okay, so I'm gonna walk you through what I'm wearing. This jacket might look familiar to some of you, because Amy also has it. It's because I bought it for her. I mean, she paid for it. I just pressed the button. Okay, so this is another one. I wanted to show you guys kind of 3 different pieces for my wardrobe currently, and kind of, again, continue the thought process of what I go through when I'm shopping seasonally, and just really, again, how I'm using fundamentals as tools in my wardrobe. So this jacket is a suede Margiela jacket with a lot of fringe. I wear this a lot, very surprisingly.
What size is this?
The jacket?
Yeah, I was curious.
It is a size 2, I want to say. So I definitely could have used a smaller size, but like, again, good deal. But I am wearing it with the white crispy nylon wilt jogger, which I rolled once simply because these are a size small and I'm a double XS.
Is this the regular length or the shorter length?
This is
the long.
This is the.
Sorry, these are regular and long.
Right, these are regular.
Okay.
Again, I rolled them once because I am 5 feet tall, so really, really short here. I unzip them because I typically unzip all of our joggers. I just like the shape that it leaves. I like having the option. It's very pragmatic, especially if I'm, tucking this pant into a sock or to a boot when I'm running around New York or wherever. But for me, this jacket is like the hero, so to speak, of the look. And I knew that when I was buying it, that I really needed to have the pieces that would really rein it in. It's a lot. It's a fringe suede jacket.
But it's fringe suede in brown.
In brown.
Right? So that's a
like,
difference from a red suede jacket, because if you got the fringe,
Totally.
which is, can we talk rule of 3?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So you have that, it's a jacket.
Yeah.
That's suede, it has fringe, it also has these tassels here.
Yeah.
It's boxier and slightly oversized.
Yes.
Like anything more would be too much.
Totally. I will say that the first time I wore this, Amy told me I looked a little too rock and roll. But, you know, it's
You
okay.
little bad rock and roll kid.
Everyone can have their own opinions on the matter. But
Now you
this
both
jacket,
look rock and roll.
this jacket I have owned for a few years now, and when I originally bought it, I wore it, you know, with a pair of Saatchi Carpenter jeans, and I wore it with our like really classic, for me, like grounded like fundamentals at the time. And I'm really excited that we've started introducing some more like t-shirting. So I'm also wearing the same
but different.
same but different, the same super fine gauge pullover. I have it currently layered over just another t-shirt. It's not sheer, I'm a big fan of the double collar. And for me, this is a way that I'm wearing also a lot of the white that we have in fundamentals. I think people typically think white feels very spring, but for me, this is how I'm wearing fundamentals, especially the white crispy nylon and the sweatshirt now, and then how I can then wear this jacket, how I plan to wear it in the spring with like a tank top, these pants, and the boots. I've just put a belt on it. This is our classic vintage menswear belt, because if you guys have looked at the runway show, a lot of our mainline kind of active and sweat suiting categories actually have belt loops on the pants, and I just like how it makes it a little bit more polished.
Yep.
I think for me,
You look very purist right now. Like I see you wearing all white, but it's very modern but relaxed.
Thank you.
So this is your Americana spin.
Yeah, so I think for me, like, again, because I, you know, was thinking about wearing this fringe jacket, and because this is so rock and roll, whatever, and because I typically lean towards super classic, like, all American traditional pieces, for me, adding like a classic menswear belt really just like solidified the look together. Whereas, so when I wear this jacket and I've got it belted and I've got like a closed toe kind of more conservative shoe, I feel like there's that balance that
It breaks up the eye in a
Yeah.
nice way too.
Yeah.
I want to know, just because IG Lives are where we talk about most of the things that we don't get time to talk about during the week. What do you want people to feel or think of you when you walk in a room?
Ooh, this is a really good question. I feel like
You can think on it. I mean, we have probably 45 more minutes, so or maybe
Math's
like
where?
30 minutes. I know our.
math.
Closer to 30.
Because I was thinking about that, right? I put this on and I thought about the weekend. You talked about like I have these 2 lives, which are like.
I think you're definitely intertwining them, but I also like, you guys, Couture's daughter is so cute. I'm like,
If you wanted a model, she's here.
but like, you know, I think it's like the same like regimented and structured like lifestyle that you bring to work that you like have with her as well.
Yeah, I have it for her, but like what I was thinking about is my style on the weekends, right? Because I want to get out of the house.
Yes.
So like even for here, sometimes I'm like, I just want to get out of the house. Like God, just let me, just please. And if you feel me, I know you know. Just get us out of the house for a second. But I also want to look like I didn't try.
Totally.
But so that's the ease that we talk about, but like a little bit more effort and maybe things thought of in a new way, which we know people come to us for because they want the modernity of new shapes, new silhouettes. I thought of it because I put this on and I'm not like a red and black girl. It is kind of stark. But I was like, I would kick around. So I would go from here to here for the weekend and feel completely relaxed and easy.
Totally. And I think, I think you like look like you. And so when you ask me like, what do you want people to like understand about you or feel about you like when you walk into a room? And for me, it's like, I want to give off like the air of confidence. Like I know what I'm doing regardless of like the situation that I'm in, whether that's like my work life, my personal life.
Totally.
Like I just want people to think like, oh, like she really like knows or like, you know, has an idea of like what she wants. And I ultimately like, I just want people to feel like it's what I wear. Like it's not a costume. The outfit's not wearing me. And I think that's just like that comes with like really developing your personal style over time. And just when I'm relaxed, like when I'm feeling good and I'm relaxed, like I just kind of like care a little bit less about everything that's like that people are thinking.
It's one less thing.
Yeah. Like I don't want to be like pulling at things. And I think people, like when you're fidgeting and you're adjusting, or like you kind of like don't know where to put your hands or whatever, like people pick up on that. And so when I get dressed in the morning, I'm like, okay, well, am I gonna like really present the best version of myself, like the person that I want to be, not just like presented to the world and the people that I'm with every day, but like, am I gonna feel like the best me for me that day? And I think that's really like such a key tool of clothing, and really clothing as like really just one of the key ways that we communicate. It's communicating through style is so critical to, you know, not just your most outward appearance and that perception that people have of you, but like ultimately for yourself and how you feel. And I know that like if I like what I'm wearing and I feel good, it sets the tone for the rest of the day.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, it's funny because you live like, we've traveled together once, I think, or twice.
Oh, now we're going to Paris.
I know, we are going to Paris. So I don't know what that's gonna be like. I'm excited for it. I heard they know you in these streets, so that's gonna be something. But you move fast, right? So I live in like, I just want to get out of the house. You like hustle bustle, like airport. She comes in and she's ready to get on. Me, I'm like, I'm a Virgo and I must be like 4 hours early. But you still pull it together. So what is that like for you from a style perspective? Because fundamentals give me a little bit of ease and like decision making, like the opposite of decision making fatigue. Like I don't have time for it. I want to declutter my brain and run out.
Well, I think for me that's the key, is like I don't want to think. I don't want to think anything. No, but seriously, as we have been really approaching newer collections, and really I think with spring fundamentals and spring summer, it was just kind of the idea of like, we just want to get dressed. We don't want to think about it. And that doesn't mean like I just want to put on a jumpsuit and feel good, or a dress. Like that's really easy. I want to just have the pieces there that I can instantaneously gravitate towards. I don't want to go to my wardrobe and look and be like, oh, I don't know about that. I want to be like, okay, I have that gray cardigan, I have that navy sweatshirt. Like I don't want a bifurcated closet. I want everything there that works for every aspect of my life.
Yes.
And so like when I am traveling, for example, like when we go to Paris, you know, I think about, okay, what are for example, we're going to be working with our wholesale accounts and our buyers, and so I think, okay, well, what are the pieces from our most recent collection that I think really continue connecting the dots and telling the story of Tibby, and how can I showcase my personal style within creative pragmatism as it's compared to Amy's style and to Tracy's, really across that spectrum. And you know, will our accounts really see that through line? And so that's really how I think about that, and that's just really the more formal representation of like my daily wardrobe.
And that applies to all of our viewers, right? Because if they're traveling, they want to pack things that will do the same thing for them in the environments that they're in, and fundamentals will be a great part of that.
Absolutely.
So I want to kind of ask you, since we have our styling director here, you had on that beautiful brown, and so this skirt, I actually personally, I like when I could say I personally own, you know, something, and I needed both. This is a time when it's like, this is a no-brainer for like why you would need a soft brown, a softer color here in the brown and the black. Talk to me about how you would wear that and style it.
So for me, the difference between the black and the brown is
I can come closer so you can see the difference here, because we have a beautiful Tibby brown, which is a dark but like with red undertones.
And the black really is like that super classic stark black. And for me, because I typically wear a lot of grays and navies, I kind of like that, you know, neutral, organic kind of feel. Like when I'm wearing black, especially head to toe black, I feel like I could like a different version of myself. I mean, and not necessarily like the boss version, just like, I don't know, like I just feel heavier. And I think because in a way, like I think emotionally, because of the way that I use clothing.
You're very expressive in the way you use clothing, and people that wear all black sometimes do that with texture.
Exactly.
Right, so it's like if it's flat for you and just black, it's not. People tell me, "Oh, you look so chic when I wear black," and I don't know that it's chic. It's just like this uniform thing, like your eyes landing on me as a whole person, and you're not really distracted.
I think it's the uniformity. I think that's why, like, the whole idea of the little black dress has just been a constant throughout the history of style, or black is considered super chic and elegant, which it is, all of those things. I think for me, the brown offers just more diversity in terms of styling within different colors, especially, I'm going to harp again on ring 3 because I feel really strongly about it. But like for me, this, I would also wear it with this gray little board, but for me this feels still very soft, whereas if I wore it with the black skirt, I think that there's a little bit of toughness to it, and there's nothing wrong with that. This just feels a bit easier for me for most of my wardrobe. I think for me, the black slip dressing is like the perfect go-to for any kind of, like, I don't want to say event dressing because it's not just for that, but for me, a black slip dress is just like a no-brainer way to ensure that you always have something appropriate to wear.
It's making me think, like, what would brodify that, right? Like, or a brodify? You're
Yeah, I like it.
I'm trying to make you an adjective, but I think the same thing for myself. Like, when I walk out of the house, what makes it feel like couture? And that's how we get back to the modifier conversation. Like, a lot of my life has been streetwear. I wore a jumpsuit yesterday. You were here. I wore the flight suit, and people were like, "Oh, you look so different," because it's like that was. Now I feel like that life is like seeping into my new, but I have to also accept where I am, like as a mother, as a professional, whatever.
I do think that the black like slip skirt or the black or like a black pant for you, like I do feel like black is easier, at least for me, to like wear with a sneaker. And I feel like you have a sneaker heavy wardrobe,
which I'm trying to get rid of. I'm surprised. I'm getting rid of all of them. I think I'm not into them in the way because like sneakers were very large, right? They're big, and I wear a lot of bigs already, so I haven't been able to fit the big sneakers in. I need a slim sneaker, which I'm really, and I don't want to be like trend focused. There's some that will stay forever. But like keeping sneakers on ice is a thing, and I can't afford that lifestyle.
It's an expensive lifestyle.
Yeah, I cannot. I got a baby now. She is my sneaker.
She has really good style. Okay, talk to me about this green cardigan. When you bought it. Like what you were thinking. I'm gonna change into my black.
So I still have on. It's funny because I threw on the Merit pant, and I pray and hope, and I know somebody that knows somebody that works here, so this may or may not end up somewhere. But the Merit pant for me is a fundamental that I really enjoy. It gives me the feeling of having on the Stella with the ease of a pull-on that would be the Wilt. So wearing it, I feel pulled together, I feel professional, but adding the red shoe, which I didn't change here, with the sweater, it reminds me of like the street style that Sarah and I just talked about. So I talked to a friend this morning, and I woke up at 6:30, so if you're out there, she is in Stockholm, Sweden. It was 12:30 there, and we were talking about our former lives. This is real talk. And we were talking about how you have to like one day just not give up your old life, but kind of like just accept the new life you're in. So this sweater is much of that for me. I love being that person that you can recognize that like she knows what's going on. She kind of keeps her ear to the street. She knows what designers she's wearing. I mean, what designers, I don't know, are happening, are new, are fresh. There's some other ones that I had on that were like newer, but I love this sweater. So this is Amy Leon Dore, and it's just a nice ad. Now I wear this back to a pant because if I wore this with something a little bit busier, it probably would feel too busy, but I feel classic and in my own like Americana HBCU type of way, like varsity way. What? Are you over there?
No, I'm laughing.
I'm curious now about shoes.
We're like in the same story.
Oh my God, come back out here. So this is really hilarious because you brodify yourself.
No, but like but obviously this wasn't her. Like we just both.
So Sarah's gonna come on. Sarah loves a good rugby stripe. I too love a good rugby stripe and a cardigan. But this, so I'm going against myself.
But now again, we're in the same.
I want to scream. Wait, let me put my shoes. If Amy is like, she's gonna crack up on this.
She's gonna complain, but I hope she's gonna download this later.
Come close.
But this is just us.
I'm just saying. I feel like
plan.
I would buy this campaign. I'm highly Yeah, this is super funny. Wait, this is really good knit.
Thank you. So this I really just recently bought, so I can speak, I think, more authentically to how I purchased
working
this.
through your, tell me.
So, you know, as we discussed earlier, I really like lean into this like traditional American like heritage prep vibe.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys have listened to American Ivy, if you haven't, do it. It's just like this idealized, fantasized version of like what the American collegiate uniform, so to speak, looks like.
Yep.
And so for me, this I really recently bought. It is a oversized knit JW polo. It's really thick and
it's almost like compact.
It's
like
almost compact.
Yeah,
yes.
It's like a blanket knit almost.
Yes, that's a really good way of describing it. And this shape is because it's compact, this is the shape that it has, so it's not really as like malleable. Yeah. So it's not really as like malleable as a classic cotton rugby shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got a little bit more, I think, like more focus in terms of like a fashion narrative. So when I was buying it, I was like, okay, well, first of all, I really didn't know in the flesh what it was gonna look like, but I was thinking, okay, I really love our tropical wool. I have obviously the black Stella pants, I have navy Stella pants, so I knew that was a given. And then I was thinking about the green, which I don't have yet, and these are not my size, so I'm gonna spare you.
I think I have one over there. I'm gonna grab one.
Trying them on because they're just gonna be really big, but I love this kind of hazel green color with really bold, primary, like almost sportswear colors. So like red, royal blue, green. Again, speaking to that kind of sporty-esque through line, which not only is like within my own personal style, but within Tibby as a brand. So I knew that when I was gonna get this, that we had these amazing hazel green pants, and I love the midi skirt too, and that this was gonna be a way to really rein in the shape of this sweatshirt / rugby shirt, while still kind of trying something new with this color, but also from the understanding and point of view that I know how a Stella pant fits me. I know how it can really rein in something that might be more experimental. And then I'm currently wearing it with the scuba skirt from Spring Fundamentals, which has a matching top.
You're gonna laugh. I was like, you're gonna get a big kick out of how we're aligned.
This is the scuba knit skirt. It's a midi length skirt. So remember, I'm 5 feet tall, so anything midi length is gonna be like maxi floor length gown on me. This is a size small. It is big, so I've just kind of like cinched it in the back. But if you've had any of our scuba bonded blazers or scuba active pants or any of the dresses from some previous seasons, you guys know it is that really stretchy, but again, kind of compact molded material. And so because I knew this had a lot of shape, I knew that I was gonna want something slim on the bottom, and I was like, well, this is the perfect opportunity to really test out this skirt as well. And I think it just kind of makes it a little bit more elegant.
I think it takes it from
it takes it from sporty to something that's a little bit more not romantic or feminine, but just I think.
Would you do this with a lace skirt, or is that super brodied out?
I wouldn't not do it with lace skirt, but I definitely am because of the shape of it and how like kind of bold that is. I definitely like something with a little bit more structure than lace.
Because it's more cinched.
Yeah, and just because I think the scuba kind of I'm calling it scuba. It's like a compact knit.
I call it scuba too.
Scuba is just like knit. In my mind, like what I think of it. But because it's compact and it has more of an athletic vibe, which ultimately, like, even though it's a skirt, I kind of feel like because of how bold this shirt is, the top is, that lace might get lost in it. And then I would just kind of feel very like heavy in terms of like fashion focal point on top with nothing on the bottom.
So interesting, because I found myself craving this. I wasn't coveting it, but I was like, God, I need that shirt. That color's so good. I want it. And I think that happens, right? We know we have a huge community, and there's always something to love here. There's always something to love on the runways. You find a lot of it, even at discounted prices. But you have to know what works for your body, right?
Absolutely.
Because I really enjoy this this skirt, but I think that the trouser skirt is the one that I'm kind of leaning into a little bit more for the. I don't have. I'm missing that. That's a gap in my wardrobe. So here I might apply the trouser skirt in a more ironic way with a sneaker.
And I love that so much. Like I'm, in fact, I have a yellow polo shirt that polo shirt. It's a trend. That I couldn't find when I was packing to bring the stuff in today, and I was like, I'm gonna wear this pastel yellow polo shirt with a green midi skirt, and so very similarly, like easily done with the pastel yellow Charlie shirt here. Tuck it in. I love it, and you guys will see it online with some socks and our new white sneaker. But I definitely just like love that juxtaposition between these kind of like weird ring 3-ish colors and the shapes. I feel like they're very traditional silhouettes in really non-traditional colors, and I think that's something that we're really excited about for Fundamentals.
I'm super excited. It's like it grows on you, right? You see the collection from inception, and then sometimes I see some in fittings, and you're like, whoa, like how do I feel about that? And then it starts to grow, and you're like, oh, I see the application of it. So it's nice when we get coming soon, which we have a lot of the shoes, and the spring collection is coming soon now on the site. Sit with it, you know? Sit with it and really like digest what these pieces could mean for the pieces you currently have. Some of past, present, and future is the through line that we speak about a lot on IG Live, and that's important.
Yeah, and I think just like when you guys are shopping, whether that is with like Tibi's spring mainline or, you know, other designers out there that you really love, like we all here don't just wear Tibi. It just, for us, Tibi are the pieces that really rein in, especially Fundamentals, that really, you know, keep our personal style true to ourselves.
Yeah,
and so I think that that's really the goal of using Fundamentals as like tools in your wardrobe, is to make sure that you're purchasing pieces that make sense for who you are right now. Like everyone is always like, oh, but I'll wear that in the future. It's something that I don't know about. Like,
no, that you don't know that day is gonna come.
I really don't suggest shopping for like just an event or just like a moment in time. And clothes are meant to be worn. So like shop for like the you are now, not like the person that's gonna, I don't know, like retire or go on a diet or do whatever. Like you should, you know, you want to dress for how you're feeling in this current moment and how you want to feel.
Yeah, totally. I was thinking about something, I can't remember. I want to tell you about what I'm wearing. So I actually wore this pant last week on live with Grace, and we wore it like paired with the jacket. I'm wearing it here with the sweater. So this sweater is really special to me. This is Who Decides War. This is actually a streetwear brand that really focuses on amplifying like the American or Americana experience through a black lens. And what I love about it is that it has all the details and makings of something that like I feel like would be handed down from my grandmother. My grandmother actually had a sweater similar to this, so I'm not like a cape girly. I used to be, but I noticed it was more for me than I wanted, and now I'm kind of craving these shapes and silhouettes that are new again. And this color, pink, is a good color, but pink beside colors that you're not expecting are really, really good.
Yeah, because I think it's just like you're really surprised and delighted.
You surprise your damn self, and so I'm surprised. A way that I would probably style this with our belts would be to wear this up top and let the back hang down, and so now I feel like it's polished and pulled together. And I don't know if I would change shoes, but this is.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like the open toe because there's a lot of fabrics,
and I'm covered everywhere else, but it's really easy. And so these are
totally. I think that was actually like also such a good point in terms of like, you know, pieces that you wear have to have pieces like. Those pieces also include like those that are really, really special to you that maybe you're not so certain of how to wear them, or like even the reason that you like them, or like if you like them at all. Maybe they were, you know, a gift from a loved one or passed down. And you know, I really do think once you figure that out, like once you figure out how you're going to wear them for yourself, you just breathe new life into something that, and it makes you appreciate that item so much more, which again is such a key reason that Fundamentals are so important, because I think they really let you lean into those things that you don't expect to fall in love with.
This is true. Otherwise, this would be like with my ripped jeans and with all the other things in my head, my
Right.
closet, it would feel like, it's too much. I don't know where I'm
Totally.
gonna wear it. Like, but now it
Totally.
has a new life, and the cost per wear is gonna go down like exponentially.
Totally.
So
Yeah.
cool. Do we have any housekeeping? The store, we have fundamentals, as we said, in store at both
Yep.
St. Simon's and the New York store.
Yep.
We are also open on Mondays now in both locations. Virtually, we are always available for you. If you're shopping winter, you can do that also with both of our stores and
Yep.
not online other than what's on sale. And we are here for you, and we look forward to Amy coming back soon. We have a lot of stuff in store for you for February.
Yeah, and we're excited to see how you guys are wearing your fundamentals and
Yeah.
the pieces that you are buying them with.
Nice.